So this is what we call the Paseo or fourth. You'll notice the pavers intentionally with the X, the integration of the lush landscape, the wrought iron seats. You'll notice, obviously letting the roosters run, right? Like that's going to happen. The lighting, the feel. So this runs from east to west, and of course, kind of piles into that park. This is the south side of the warehouse, or in between you have E1, E2, E3 as you head south. This is between E2 and E3.
Got it.
And it's intentionally coming off the warehouse. We're going to show you in a moment. It's going to have where all of the restaurants spill out. And earlier you'd asked about this. So you're going to have outdoor activation on the east side of the warehouse, where the office building connects. You're having the south, where the Paseo is, and multiple bays of different retail opening up out here. And then you're going to have it on the west, going out to the park.
So
all sides will be activated.
several times Daryl has said it's not an armature works. It's more of a marketplace, more
Correct.
maybe goods, more retail. What's the best way to describe it? You travel around a lot.
Yeah.
Is there a place in the country you
Will you
could?
go ahead and jump over the other slide showing the marketplace layout, given we're right next to it.
So when I originally thought of this warehouse, barrel tile warehouse, barrel roof warehouse, I guess is what you'd call it. I thought it would be more open. It doesn't look open on the inside. It's like there's hallways.
It's the barrel vault.
Barrel vault.
So look, all those trusses are going to be exposed, and we'll pull up an indoor
Sure.
picture in a second. Do not let this confuse you. Okay, just because you see a line doesn't mean it's a wall. A line is just a delineation between rentable space and common space.
Got it.
And it's super important to realize when you're looking at it, very limited walls because it's mostly open. Now, when you have restaurants, there are code issues that you need to have the covering and the hood and certain things, but you'll be able to see the trusses, the beautiful trusses. We're going to pull up in a second above all of this. If you want to jump over and go to, you have some indoor
And
renderings
just real
too.
quick, David, hold on. You can kind of see the dark areas are probably walls, right? And then there's like etched lines, and that's probably not walls. That's probably open.
That's right.
I would assume.
But understand that none of those, even those dark lines, that's the permit construction set. But it doesn't mean that like while you're doing it, you can't still move a wall. And the idea is this is to paint a picture. And a lot of this can be moved around as we go, and it has been. We're on maybe the fourth or fifth. Our friend Ken at TVS, give him a little shout out because he's working really hard. He has done 4 or 5 versions in 45 days, and we're talking all the tenants. So right now we've got flowers. We've got a Mediterranean kitchen. We've got several different awesome coffee vendors. We've got restaurants from New York. We've got local folks. And we're talking to them all at one time while we're moving around and improving this floor plan. And this is very close to the final, but the level of thought that goes into each of these little nooks and crannies. And just because you see separate units doesn't mean you can't still combine them, doesn't mean you can't still move walls. So it's an iterative process that we're having fun working through right now.
And it's sort of a puzzle piece where it's like, hey, this tenant would like this. That means we might have to shift this one here. So it's kind of an ever evolving thing. But you're saying this is pretty close to getting towards what is to be expected.
Yep. And if you're a Tampa-based business and you're watching right now and you have an interest in reaching out, get with Garrett, he'll get with me, and we can talk about some of these spaces. For example, on the south side of this right here, the bottom, that's the Paseo. You have the A, B, and C, or those 3 large spaces at the bottom. Those are all restaurant spaces. One of them should really be like a breakfast brunch. One of them should be a little bit more of a family slant. One of them's a little bit more later night alcohol, and that vibe and how they're all going to tie together. And then you have the smaller spaces like the D space that'll integrate off that. On the left-hand side here, those all face out to the park, and we'll have covered outdoor area for seating, but some of that seating is very thoughtfully being left as public space as well. So you don't have to necessarily buy something to sit under the shade and tie into the park.
And when I see on these little outdoor spaces, one of them is less than 500 square feet. What would be an example of a business that could go there?
Like a little flower vendor. But there's all kinds of neat small vendors. And
Yeah.
then that's really the beauty of this right now. We're in an ideal scenario. You'll have somewhere that you can get some cheese, some eggs. And to your question earlier about Daryl and Armature Works, Armature, amazing job at what it did for the city of Tampa at its time. Now being able to have the benefit of looking back at it, our team has asked ourselves, if you curated more retail and you did a little bit more of this, would it add more action than right now? It's a very active food hall. It's a very successful food hall. But that's your comment from Daryl, is like, we're trying to make sure there's other retail mixed into it besides just a food hall.
For the neighborhood, for the
For the
people that
neighbor,
live
the people that
there,
live
et cetera.
upstairs. That's right. And so imagine if there's a little wine vendor. We're debating, you see that space 5 in the middle?
Yes.
We're debating between that and then the space is a little bit to the right of that. It's somewhere we want to have cheese, meats, dairy, some kind of fresh local goods that you can quickly come down and get back up. Now, that doesn't mean that you won't still have a Trader Joe's, a few blocks away. It just means if you need something quick, you can do that. And when you're running through here, you want to have multiple engagements with the marketplace. You don't just want to go there for a food hall.
This is so exciting. I love that you're detailing this. If someone's interested or knows someone, you want to give your email out, they can reach out to you?
Yeah, Josh, Josh, last name Pardue, Pardue, at jpredev.com.
Tell them TBD sent you.
That's right.
Very exciting. So almost like in Armature Works, how they do have, I think, like a flower cart across from that Buddy Brew. There's not walls that go straight up to the ceiling.
Yeah.
It's like this delineated space that is easily seen by the eye, but there's no walls there.
That's
like,
that's
where
a good
you're at.
example.
Right.
The majority of these lines are open air.
Okay.
And right now we're having the discussion about even like the level of flooring, the level of finishes, the level of signage, our developer standards for the tenant, to where they have their own unique vibe and feel and culture and brand, but they still properly integrate with everything that we're doing. There might be a couple other in the other deck.
What's in the middle,
is.
Josh, real quick? This this rectangle.
So that floating number 5. That's like
a window.
So you do have a lot of skylights.
Oh,
That is like, I don't want to misspeak. It's the utilities or the columns.
might not be anything significant. It might be like
It's not significant for the ground floor. It's for the building itself.
mechanical or whatever.
Yeah, because when you're looking at the other lines, that's the actual space. And again, like 05, that I'll pick on that for a second. There's no walls, because you could either walk up to a bar that would be in there and have bar stools all around it, or you could walk up to an open air market where you get your goods.
And then on the left side, on the west side, facing the park, you can see where the trolley stop will be.
That's
or
right.
maybe where the waiting area for the trolley. I would assume the trolley's further.
It's a good catch, right? We're calling that trolley because that's kind of a hangout area. I mentioned earlier, we could certainly rent all this space and have a little bit higher rent, but we're intentionally leaving a lot of this public and communal. So if you want to come sit down in there, you don't have to necessarily buy anything.
Oh, interesting. And where that exactly will be will shake out with the tenant mix.
It's the white space right now. You see those the green spaces are they're labeled 004 outdoor,
Yes.
447. That's paid space. And then right to the left of that is that white space is going to be outdoor seating.
So there's going to be covered outdoor seating.
That's
wow.
right.
Very cool.
It's the right thing to do.
It is the right, and Florida's the right thing to do. Absolutely.
And you have this park activity. People are going to come over. People are going to sit there and hang out for a little while. You want people to bring their iPad, their book, and then they'll eventually come in and spend money, or hopefully they'll move upstairs, create more demand for the apartments.
Amazing. Let's see if we can see a rendering of the, we'll keep going, I guess, right? Keep going in this plan as you detail this
go back
through.
to this. So we're back to the
Paseo, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now the X, Gasworx with an X, is that the reason why there's an X implemented in the pavers here?
It is.
Yeah.
That's right on.
So every piece of this is intentional. I mean, down to the pavers, down to you mentioned the wrought iron chairs. Why? Because it's a heavy industrial feel.
And it ties in with historic Ybor and the use of wrought iron metal 100 years ago on the railings,
right,
on the signs, on
right,
the seats. So yeah, it's sturdy, but it's going to tie in. And the key integration, and we had a couple discussions about this with Daryl and Keller, and I was like, is there a welcome to Gasworx sign, or is it just naturally blend in to the Ybor marketplace seamlessly as possible? Look, these are going to be new, beautiful structures. There won't be denying. But if we do a good job with curating the tenants, the finishes, that it should be a seamless feel that raises up all the Ybor and integrates properly.
So that's the goal. The intention is to not have welcome to Gasworx with a big sign that, puts a flag in the ground that totally puts the wall up, so to speak, that you're in a different place. It's supposed to integrate into the historic district.
Exactly.
intentionally with the
Exactly.
wrought iron and everything we've talked
What
about.
do they say? If you're good at what you do, you don't need to talk about it. You don't need to boast it.
Right.
It's known. Everyone's going to
Speaks
know
for
they're in
itself.
Gasworx. Yeah.
What's next, David? What do we got? Okay, so this is timeline here. So you have E1 2027 completion, E3 2027 completion, and I think you mentioned the marketplace E2 is 2026 completion.
That's right.
Next summer.
For the shell completion. And so tenants will start working around second quarter next year. So that is shell. So the stuff that you just saw and the infrastructure, the utilities, the roof, all those things, the slab will be done in mid-26, and then the tenants will have several months to come and finish. We would love to have the marketplace open and activated by Q4 of 26, for example, so you can pick up that holiday season.
Hey guys, if you want to watch the full episode of this clip, click right here. Make sure to subscribe by clicking right here. Thank you for watching.